Mark Skaar on 103.7 The Fox. It's the Skaar Kaard. Proud to welcome in Brett Petrusek from FuZZrd. Brett, welcome.
Thank you, Mark.
How are you, my friend?
Me, I'm good.
It's been a while. Last time I saw you was at the casino in Northwood when your band Downtread was opening for Firehouse. So it's been a while.
It's been a hot second or two.
Yes, sir. So you have this new project, FuZZrd, and congratulations. Monster Carnival sounds great.
Awesome. Yeah, we're pleased. We're very happy with the way things are turning out.
For the uninitiated, let's talk about how FuZZrd came to be, first of all.
You know, it was kind of an interesting thing. Scott Savage, our drummer, Scott and I have been friends for many years, and as well as Rob, Scott and I, the three of us have known each other from, just playing in bands at, clubs, being on the same bill, things like that. Scott and I would get together on occasion just for fun and just kind of run the riffs and cut loose and jam out. We always had a strong chemistry. We were always really prolific every time we got together. We wound up with all these, song ideas, which ultimately turned into arrangements, which lended themselves to becoming songs. And I think it was about the time, maybe 2019-ish, started kind of having a little more fun. Enter Rob Berg, bass player, my bestest from Downtread, and Eric Vobeda on guitar. And then 2020 hit, and at that point it was like, you know what, it's just time to do something new, something different, and let's step on the accelerator and just make this happen. And we started making a record. We're about, 75% of the way done with that album now. What's been interesting is the approach is different. I mean, I looked at the pandemic as an opportunity rather than an impasse, and I wanted to take the time to do some things I haven't been able to do, which is just pour myself into this without a ton of distractions, because what are you going to do? And there's nothing in your way. And I think it's been interesting because we've had the opportunity to launch the band digitally first, which, is usually for a lot of bands it winds up being kind of an afterthought. They kind of get out there, focus on shows, this, that, the other thing, and, we got to do some care and feeding to the online platforms. And it's been different. As you can tell, we're releasing a single with kind of a casual but cool, at least hopefully cool, video every 4 to 6 weeks leading up to the full-length release. And that's kind of been the approach, really.
Well, it's not your first rodeo, and it shows. You mentioned the video, and of course, you got a heavy hitter like Steve Karras helping you out with publicity, and he's involved with a lot of big names. And so, with all your years in the industry, I'm sure all of that has helped.
Yeah, I think everything's lining up nicely for us in that regard, but truly, it's more just a journey or a project of passion. I don't want to call it a project; it's a band. We're just doing it because we love it, and I want it to rock and roll on all fronts, and it's just a ton of fun.
Talking with Brett Petrusek from FuZZrd, how would you say it differs from anything you've done in the past?
That's interesting. When I started doing this, I was really telling myself, I've got to, tune my guitars differently. I've got to take a different approach. I've got to do, all these things so it doesn't sound like Downtread or, past bands, and really reinvent myself. And it wound up feeling really forced. And I soon came to realize, just do you, be you. And really the difference is in the rhythm section and the other guitar player. With Eric Vobeda on guitar, we kind of meet in the middle on a lot of things, but we have also have varied influences, and there's a nice juxtaposition between our playing. So he brings something to the table that gives it a different color with his style. I'm a little more from the school of classic shred, I guess, and he brings a little more of an indie approach, and we got kind of a cool dual guitar thing going that works well together. Scott's drum grooves are a departure from, say, the way we would approach songwriting in prior bands. He's very simple and serves the song, and makes it count when he needs to, but it's really all about his pocket. And those two things really make the change. I didn't really have to worry about me. I'm just doing what I do and letting it kind of become what it becomes.
Talking with Brett Petrusek from FuZZrd out of the Twin Cities, and you mentioned Eric Vobeda. He's a busy guy, so you're lucky to have him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that works well. He's busy. He's got other bands that he's in. He's in Via, and he also plays guitar and flip. And we've been buddies for a long time, and we just got this great simpatico, this synergy with guitar, and it works well. So he's able to kind of split his time amongst other things, making sure to leave enough time for us, and works really well. I think the thing about FuZZrd is that, we're always doing something every day. And that's what's fun about it. And that was kind of something that just came from the pandemic. We realized, hey, wait a minute, this is what's really important to us, and now everybody feels like they're kids in high school playing in their first rock band again. The drummer and the bass player rehearse regularly without Eric and I, just rhythm section, rundowns of songs, and, I might be working on writing something new, or Eric and I are working on social media together, but the idea is that we're always doing something for the band every day.
So you mentioned Monster Carnival's been out there for a little while. Can we get a little tease about what's coming next?
Little tease, what's coming next? We have another song coming out in mid-April called Viral Connection. Got a pretty cool guest star. We've been kind of leaking it out there all over the place, kind of breadcrumbing it. And I think somebody poked up and said, hey, what's with all this hashtag Mark Slaughter everywhere? So, yeah, that's the Merry Christmas present right there. Mark Slaughter is contributing to the song, and that has been loads of fun. He is just definitely one of the coolest guys, just so down to earth and great to work with in rock that I have come across and met and had the opportunity to work with. He's doing background vocals, and and he's also playing some great guitar across the track, kind of ear candy parts throughout, and then just this ripping, blistering solo on the outro of the song. And it's great because I always thought, I think of Mark Slaughter, vocals come to mind right away. He's got these just angelic but raspy at the same time pipes. I think that's what's so cool about his voice. But his guitar playing, man, it's so good. And we haven't been talking about it too much, but, if you look around on the website, it's pretty easy to figure out. So that's coming in hot, and I hope to get a copy of it to you right away as soon as it's available.
Fantastic. We will play it. How did you meet Mark?
That was also interesting. I met Mark actually through Eric. Eric and Mark had become friendly, and Eric had kind of shown him bits and pieces of some of the songs that we were working on. And, naturally, Mark and I just wound up talking, and had a lot of 6 degrees of separation and clicked. And this song in particular really was a challenge, finding the right background vocal. Jeremy and I had been in the studio just kind of working on it and just couldn't find the right thing. And mainly because the lead vocal kind of shifts and moves all over the place. And we were like, hey, I bet Mark Slaughter would know what to do with this. So I invited him to work on the song with us, and what started as just maybe some background vocal work, we just clicked on a guitar geek level instantly, and just had a ton of fun. And he wound up really laying down a lot of tracks on the song and really adding to the song, giving it some wings. So I'm super stoked about this collaboration. Talking
with Brett Petrusek from FuZZrd, you mentioned Jeremy is your producer. Jeremy Tapero from Soul Asylum. You've been working with him a long time.
Yeah, I would be lost without him. And it's just been awesome to see his growth throughout the years. It just helping guide what I do as an artist, what Rob does, and, just helping forge our sound. But it's just great working with him. He's got a great ear, and his chops are scary good, and he's so fast. It's crazy how quick this guy just puts a mix together and makes it sound amazing.
I imagine, Brett, you're chopping at the bit to play live.
Yeah, we are. I think that's going to be in the cards soon. Really, the approach, again, has been, let's just not release the album right now. We really could do, if we buckled down for another month or so, we could get this thing out the door and ready for prime time right away. But the thought was, shows are kind of slowly coming back. I mean, you're seeing bands play. I don't want to release the album until it's really time to go out and support it and not have any setbacks, or kind of do it on a half-ass level, if that makes any sense.
Sure.
So I would say late summer. There is a little rumor in our camp of maybe sneaking out and doing a small acoustic set in an intimate setting, which I think could be a lot of fun, to do things like that, which would be unexpected for us. And that may be coming pretty quick as kind of a placeholder before we bring out the full guns.
Another thing we might want to make mention of, you told me off the record that you were hoping to get the late, great Paul Chapman to play on this record.
Oh, yeah. That, man, dude, because I know we both love his guitar playing. And I'm a huge Schenker fan, of course, but I love the Chapman era. And, kind of my heroes, Schenker, Lynch, Rhodes, always loved Paul Chapman. And I was lucky enough to have my main guitar hero, George Lynch, play on the first Downtread album. And I always thought, like, if there was another dude I could get to play and have the opportunity to meet, it would have been Paul Chapman. And unfortunately, that wasn't in the cards, but love those UFO albums. The Chapman era is just fabulous.
Yep, folks, go get The Wild, the Willing, and the Innocent, No Place to Run, Mechanics, Making Contact, Thank Us Later. For sure.
Yep, those albums, big.
Brett, if people want to keep up with FuZZrd, how can they do it?
Super easy. Website, and make note of the spelling of FuZZrd. It's FuZZrd. So you want to go to FuZZrd.com, FuZZrd.com. We're on YouTube, and we're going to continue to keep releasing videos every 4 to 6 weeks. You can find us on social media, on Instagram and Facebook, and, we'll start tackling other platforms as we go.
And they have cool swag, too.
Yeah, we love to keep the swag cool. That's another thing, in between these releases that we do, as we release singles, we're going to do limited runs of, hoodies and T-shirts and merch, kind of small batch. If you see something you like, grab it because it will be gone and we may not bring it back for a while. So that's kind of been our approach, is to put that kind of in between each single we release.
Very cool. Brett, thank you as always for being on with us. We appreciate it, and we're looking forward to watching the trajectory of FuZZrd in 2021.
Thanks so much, Mark. Pleasure to be here with you.
That's Brett Petrusek from FuZZrd. I'm Mark Skaar. This is the Skaar Card on 103.7 The Fox.